Hello, my minions. We are back. We're about to go to Osimar Obsidian, and I have to sing Madness Happy Birthday. So, one moment while I do this.
Edge of my seat.
You can continue waiting just one moment. Alright. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Madness. Happy birthday to you. See?
Well, thank you.
Yay.
I was hoping
You're
for
welcome.
Marilyn
If you
Monroe
have a letter
personally,
from the
but
Forge
I'll
Mother,
take that
then
one
you
again.
come to the right place. And we don't even care that you're one of those Khajiit-loving, Bosmer-liking, preening like a high
I'm
elf,
not sure you wanted
card-carrying
to
members
sing.
of
He's
the
slightly
Altmeri
dead.
Dominion. No offense.
Okay.
And here I am, all the way from the icy nethers of Rothgar.
Yeah, I really want to kill her.
Marilyn Monroe? Well, it's too late, we just told you.
No, I'm talking about the ambassador.
There's no room for shirkers on my wagon. I sent a caravan full of food and supplies to Orsinium. Once there, everything will be distributed to the outlying clans to help them make it through the winter. The caravan's slow. I want you to catch up with it and see it safely to the city. The caravan should have just, with so many resources diverted to rebuild the city of Orsinium or to fend off Richmond invaders, the smaller clans hadn't prepared
That was
for
a
the coming
really
winter.
fun fight, actually.
For many orcs, the supplies on that caravan could mean the difference between life and death. Well, not me personally, but yes. Orsinium is going to be grander and more magnificent than any previous version of the city. King Kurog has invited artisans and merchants from all over Tamriel to help with the effort. Not just at that. That's the king's beloved mother. The king is too busy waging war and cracking skulls to be bothered with sending invitations. He leaves all the administrative details to the Forge Mother. She's very good at such things. Invaders from the Reach, the Winterborn. They're following a mad warlord named Bjorfon Iceheart on some insane quest to
And
take
it gives
our
you that
land.
feeling that you could,
Well, we're
you
not
know,
going to
go
let
up
that
some sort of
happen.
gully
We've got
somewhere,
something
turn
to
a
reach
corner,
into
and there was a way through, and
secret
you'd seen it
weapon.
before.
I keep trying to explore and I keep realising I'm just exploring the same area around and around again, but I'm not realising that that's like in my map, I'm going in circles.
Don't you have them around here?
I keep finding different looking
Sweet
bits.
things, really.
Yeah,
We use
oh,
them
that's
for all
cool in a
sorts of
way. I
things.
suppose
Yeah,
that's
it is,
actually
Transportation,
what people
pack
do,
animals,
don't they?
beasts of
You know,
burden.
Yeah.
They even make delicious
starting
cheese.
to hunt a lot of material.
I can't get into too many details
I
because
found
I
so
don't
much,
really know
so
myself.
many really cool
I'm
things.
sure it has something to do with rebuilding the city of
Lots of names.
Orsinium,
Good.
getting the
Yeah,
clans in line,
the nodes
and
all
dealing with the
over,
Reach invaders.
not all
Kinda
next to each
Chests
other
in
as well.
the middle of nowhere
No, not
Yeah.
really.
and half up
Kurog
the tree.
saved Emeric's arse during
There was
Rand's
something
war,
quite a long
and
way
we
up
do
the
our
tree,
part for the
which
Alliance.
it seems
but
was
there's
not
no
supposed
way
to be
we're letting Covenant forces get anywhere
Ah,
near
I know
Orsinium.
what I'm finding
This
here. This is
situation
Malkat's.
requires a
I
more
found
personal
Malkat's
touch.
shrine.
Who sacks Orsinium
I found some
every
stats
time
items in
we
the chest,
rebuild
I
it?
don't know. That's
The
good.
Bredens and the
But I
Red
don't want to
Guard.
activate it.
Sure, we're
I could
allies
pledge it to
now,
Malakat
but
and
how long
help
is that
me,
going
or
to
it was
last?
good.
So the king put it in writing.
Okay,
No
don't
Breton
know
or
what
Red
that is.
Guard armies in Rothgar. Ever. Says so in the treaty. I can take you as far as the border gate. Then I have to come back in case anyone else shows up with an invitation. Just catch up to the caravan.
Right, I'm doing this
report
last
it to the
quest
city.
because I happen to be
Then
in town.
introduce yourself to
Then
Lord
I'm going to
Alga.
bed.
She's expecting you.
Or I'm going to have a lot of coffee and stay up all night.
Coffee! Coffee! Coffee!
Yeah, the problem with doing that though is I would be completely useless when it comes to actually doing some work.
Silly idea.
Coffee. And then we can either do the dailies or
That's what I got.
go crush some more things in Orsimar.
Prayer to the funeral. Lorebook. Furious one, Malakat.
Tell me how much
Furious.
gold you get for it.
Oh, you can go behind it. Oh, I didn't notice. And there's a set bonus crafting station here called
You there? We need help.
Axe.
A caravan.
Yeah, Trial by
They came out of
Fire
nowhere.
set.
Attacked us. The Winterborn. From the Reach. They ambushed us.
It does max
Leaped
health,
out of the damn
spell
snow.
resistance, healing taken, and
We
then
took
you
the
take elemental
remains of the
damage, you
caravan
gain
and
a
surviving
certain amount
members
of
of the crew
resistance
are
to
just
that
down the
element
road.
for 4 seconds. You can
Not
only be
always.
resistant on it
We
element
had a
at a
number of
time.
warriors among the crew, hired to keep guard. We were going to help them, but an orc patrol showed up. Some chieftain named Basra.
So I guess potentially you gain as much as, well, say 4,500 resistance to that element for 4 seconds.
Didn't come all this way to die, Elf.
Maybe more
That
depending
isn't what
on
I
the
signed
item
up for.
you use, like infused or something.
Damn it! Where are all
that
these winterborn
Yeah, he was talking about his
marauders
sets,
coming from?
suggested it'd be quite good for
Anyone
PvP.
see where the
Could
chief
well be.
and his warriors went? Anyone?
Jumped on by very specific classes, like DK fire builds and stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of people tend to go for fire, so you have an extra resistance to that.
It happened so fast.
Especially say vampire or something, that's what we happen to do.
And the orc peasants
Definitely.
chased them.
Good one for a vampire.
Our caravan was
No matter, so
heading
yeah,
for
that's it, all of it.
the new orc
Not my
city.
immediate go-to
When
for
the
something, I
winterborn
don't think.
landed on the wagon
No,
train
so if you happen to be a
fleshlies
vampire,
on Skiba
yeah, on
Tarn.
PvP, that might be the
The orc
item set for
peasants
it.
refused to let
Could
their
well be.
supplies be taken. In case you haven't noticed, these
That's nice.
fat
That's a nice
acorns
touch. I
aren't
like
worth
how
their weight in
you couldn't
bloodberry
see it, but
pudding.
I decided to take a little
Besides,
peek
before
behind
we
the
could rally
statue, and I
our
thought,
forces,
oh, I wonder.
Chief
Oh, there's a way
Basrag's
back there.
orc warriors arrived. He told us to wait here and then went after the marauders.
Right, actually logged out, thank
Yeah,
actually
go
going to go to bed.
Yes, I'm off, so-
You're going to bed? Aww. Okay, night night.
See you in
I knew I liked you the moment I saw you. Chief Basrag is big and mean and
I
looks
do
like
have an
he
earlier
could
start.
fight.
User disconnected
You're
from
an
your
awful
channel.
lot.
3
Well,
PM.
eventually.
No, actually, I have to be
I
at
mean,
work
look
for
around.
*1.
These people are injured.
You can still
What
taste
happened
the
if the
toothpaste at that
winterborn
time.
come back?
Well, that's
Someone
it.
has
It's
to
just
protect
not
them,
right.
keep them from being picked off one by one. Anyway,
Cavern.
I'll keep them safe while you help Chief Basrag. This caravan brought me.
Oh, looks like
But we
something
already
in there.
covered that.
But
Oh,
to
you mean
tackle this, I shall
specifically?
need more
The
liquid
invitation.
substance.
You got one too,
Back.
didn't you? It talked about testing
No, I
yourself
like this
against
caravan
the
a bit.
most savage land in Tamriel. That was a challenge
few
I
minutes,
couldn't pass up. He's a chief, in charge of an orc clan or something. If you ask me, he's got more than a chip on his shoulder. It's a whole damn mountain. I don't think he's a big supporter of King Korog, but he saved us before he went to help the peasants. No, we were the caravan guards. Basrag said he was on patrol, looking for winterborn marauders. Some scary breach warlord named Iceheart leads them. Even Basrag seemed a bit nervous just talking about him. Now go help the chief before it's too late.
Alright, let's go help the chief.
Maybe I don't want the orcs to survive.
Oops, I've shoved my enemy into the rock.
So what I'm thinking is that, strictly speaking, if I get up at 11, then it gives me the hour that I like, kind of coffee, read the newspaper, and then, you know, and then I can get ready about 12:15 and be at work at 9. But that means I've got a time limit of 3 o'clock, technically.
What the hell, isn't it?
Just about, so, yeah. That's fun. Wow, deep breath on its own here against a nice rate of 5 seconds did 3,500 DPS on its own. Pretty good. Eruption did about the same. Fire ring, elemental ring did
Keep your head down
5,000
and don't
DPS.
move. Chief Basrag will be back for the rest of us as soon as he can.
We found them. Leave no orc alive. Somebody help us, please.
Jesus, big.
That was annoying.
There's more of them. Watch out.
Wow, there's a lot right here. Come.
Thanks for the help. We'll head back to the caravan. Stupid to come out alone.
There are still some of us hiding in the cave near the waterfall. You have to help them too.
Alright, I'll go rescue them.
I saw what you did out there. Thanks for helping the clan orcs. The ones in here, I think it's too late to help them. Isolate. He froze them solid. The Bastion's got magic, the likes of
Well,
which I've never
easy.
seen.
Had a bit of help.
Yes, I'm with Basra. We were out on patrol when we saw the Winterborn attack the caravan. By the time we reached the wagons, the marauders had already stolen the supplies, and a group of orc peasants were trying to chase them down. Stupid peasants. You're Fawn Iceheart. He's the most powerful
More to
of the
this
Winterborn
place, I think.
warlords that have been raiding Rothgar the past few years. Since he arrived in the Reach, the attacks have gotten worse. Iceheart is strong, ambitious, and extremely dangerous. I like your courage, but I don't think you get to test it today. If Iceheart was still around, we'd be frozen solid by now. My guess? He got what he wanted and hightailed it out of here. A shame, really. The outlying clans need those supplies. Enough food and supplies to get the outlying clans through the winter. Without those supplies, the clans are going to starve. Chief Basrog went to track down the marauders and find the supplies. If he fails, I don't know what you're going to do. Search the area and see if you can find anything that even hints as to where the marauders disappeared to. If you happen to pick up their trail, find Chief Basrog. He'll know what to do. Leave no stone unturned. Anything you uncover will prove useful.
Alrighty then.
Where did you take our supplies? Every second until you tell me what I want to know.
Bird totem. Bird totem. What else is in this? Delve. I killed the boss of it. Holy moly. The hatching place for harpies.
Don't even think! These supplies belong to the Winterborn now!
Ooh. Nice.
What's up? What's up?
I just got the caress of nightmare. I have the gloves of nightmare also.
Oh yeah.
If Wolfie doesn't get back soon enough, I'll out-level the armor that he was making.
Make you some armor if he doesn't sort it out soon.
Ah, it's all good. I'm only teasing him.
Yeah, I know. You're not desperate. You're never desperate to your max level. Just tried to promote you to admin on the forum now, but I can't remember how, so I'll do it when I'm not wasted.
Alright.
But I want you to be able to, like, ultimate trial stuff or needs be.
Oh yeah, sure. I've done stuff like on the website, on the same engine before.
Yeah. And I kind of want you to organise that, but, you know, maybe you can leave Mad God running it, he's just not always here.
I understand. Perhaps we can work as a bit of a team on that one.
Yeah, like, just like,
make sure
something to encourage people to come and all of that. Yeah, do the behind the scenes stuff because he doesn't touch that.
Well, that's fair enough. I can drum up the support.
Scaled the V15.
Fine, it's better than getting V16 ones. Oh yeah,
I'm quite pleased I was able to persuade everyone to go into Sanctum.
That was a cool quest, as I said. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's will make a great video that it pulled out, and it's one of those things that's just showing just how well they've put things together for the DLC. I mean, just that tiny little taste. I've already stated. I think it would be well worth picking up the DLC.
This one in particular is really nice. It's quite impressive. Imperial City is good in its own way. It's just, but it's still just another facet of PvP, so it makes it a bit more fun to PvP, but more options. Some cool stuff as well. But this is just a nice big zone that we've been for a while. And nobody can complain like they did with Kraglorn, that it was too small.
Well, like with Imperial City DLC, you got the sewers it added, excuse me, and a few things, but it was one of those things of, it's not really essential to the game, where I feel this DLC itself actually is essential to the game.
Depends what bit of the game you're playing. If you're PvP, it's kind of essential. Well, I suppose it's not. But
no, it's really not.
Do different elements. It actually gives you closer to the small scene they've all been asking for. Kind of.
Yeah, I think so. It's what they wanted, it's what they asked for.
Big patches, obviously, they're balanced patches as well, and things like that.
Not an amusement for your pleasure, and I appreciate that.
Huge amount of game change in Imperial City, regardless of the content.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll settle down now and we can polish.
Yeah, like that. But what will be next? You know, I think the next update that they'll do, and they'll claim is a DLC, will be like sort of finishing of the justice system, where you can, you know, be a guard and all that. It won't be a big one.
Yeah, I think
quite small.
Let me see that. We've been betrayed.
I only caught, I think.
I'll make sure someone pays for this. Look,
we need to do the raids, we need to do some PvP, yes. But more, the PvP is more playability, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that. But I'm thinking of but you have a lot of people that play this game for the PvE prospect.
I think so too.
And that's what I'm saying. Whereas Imperial City, yeah, you got the sewers. You have to deal with a small bit of PvP, and it does add to a bit of the PvE. but not something like this new DLC does. Not even close to the scale.
No, it's not close. Well, Fred, I think I've exhausted the possibilities of this cave.
I want you to track down this treasure and find its storage. The fastest way.
I do like the whole tapestry, though. I mean, it's great for a player who likes to do all of the things. This is very welcome, and I'm enjoying it. But I do also quite enjoy the odd time in the sewers as well. I want to do a bit of that all the time.
A bit Cyrodiil, a bit, fucking fishing, all sorts.
Yeah. Yes.
Bit doing like the crafting bits and stuff as an entire picture. That's got better because those are all essentially mini games. They're daily things that eat your time.
Indeed, they are.
They have, since this game's come out, I beta tested it, and I just went, it's not quite ready to come out. And that was one of my feedbacks I'd put. I said, I'm having fun. I said, the first time around I beta tested, the first weekend, I had no fun because so many things were broken. You couldn't do quests. You couldn't do different things. All of that was super broken. And then the second beta weekend came through. They had fixed a lot of things. They had actually listened. They adjusted different things, and it was a lot more fun. And I even said, though, this game needs another 6 months of beta testing to kill the rest of the bugs and get some of those things that you keep saying you'll have on the launch of this game, which weren't around.
Right. The
and
thing
it took.
I always say to that, though, is this, right? You have to obviously go to their side of the equation and think like them a bit. And it means, right, they probably had a list of things as long as your arms that they wanted to include, would love to have included right from launch. Once you've got a certain amount of a game, especially one as big as this, and they did have quite a lot of game to deal with, you've really just about hit your limit there, and you've got to release. You can't hesitate to release just because it's not quite, perfect. You just got to take the chance.
Every MMO in the last 10 years.
That's one of the problems. Is you have a lot of problems. Is you'll have the initial rush, and then goes, well, this is crap, and everyone leave. One of the big lessons of people that happened was Tor. Tor got released 6 to 8 months, even almost a year early, and they're only now, even now. I mean, with the launch of Knights of the Fallen Empire, which has basically rebooted the game. Very awesome expansion that they've done. And they made it feel like actually Knights of the Old Republic finally. And the same thing I said with Elder Scrolls is, it's now, just now, with everything that's come together, with what they've done, it now feels like you're in Elder Scrolls playing as an MMO. Not when it was released, not 6 months down the line when I started playing. And I enjoyed the stories, and I think that and I think they've put their heart and soul into it. It's one of those things of, it's very difficult to recover like they did. If they had it released on the PS4 and Xbox One, I don't think Elder Scrolls would have recovered. But they have, because they did.
Final Fantasy did it as well. Every MMO seems to be doing it. It is like,
well, no, Final Fantasy. I play also. I've resubbed, and I'm starting to play again. One of the few times, and I absolutely applaud Square Enix, where they went, we launched it. It was a pile of crap. We've pulled it. They completely pulled it for a year, revamped it, and launched it, saying this is how we should have originally launched it. We're very sorry. Those who were originally subscribers and things like that get the game for free. They did things right.
Give some free time, if you recall correctly.
Yeah, they did things right by that, and that's what a lot of people who are doing MMOs and things like that don't seem to get. Is, okay, yeah, you can if you promise these functionalities that's going to be in your game, either give a time frame or don't say they're going to be from the beginning, and then launch the game with half your features. All you're going to do is
kickstarting games these days, however you look at it.
You're a long way from
While
home.
playing any game, not even
Sticking your
MMOs.
nose in it.
Play the game on beta on Steam, early testing for a year, and then it gets past that.
That's why I don't buy into early alphas and things like that. Someone wants my years of beta testing and stuff like that, invite me. I will beta test your game. I am not going to pay to beta test your game, though. And this is where people need to start realizing and saying, no, we're not going to give you money to beta test your game. Get more of it done. You want us to beta test it? Invite us. And then we'll do that. That's how it was originally done.
That's pretty much how it worked, really, in the end of the day, I have to say. I mean, I basically applied to the beta test.
Oh, for ESO, yeah, I just applied, I think. Someone applied
and
for
I got
me.
on the open beta from January as well, and I was beta testing it. And I went through the same experience. I didn't have the same sort of progression breaking stuff. I mean, there were a few broken quests, but I understood it was beta testing, so I can't really be complaining.
Well, no, that's the whole thing. Is
I love the game. No, but I love the rest of the game, and sort of wanted to stand by the game because I was looking forward to it very much, and really wanted to explore further and do all the stuff that I hadn't managed to get done and discovered. And then I went straight into the game, as you would if you're enjoying something.
Well, like I said, I enjoyed the game also, but because I have a programming background, I did a lot of programming before I switched to networking. The game wasn't ready for release when they released it, and they knew it, and they did it anyways.
Well, let me put it this way. Okay, let's say in some ways, which side of it would you rather see the opinion coming well for? For example, someone like me, who was more of a casual gamer, not really an insider kind of guy, who will be the minority, let's be honest, and then the majority that you want in a game are people who are coming just to play. They're just players like me, and then I didn't see anything that would make me ring alarm bells. I'm not educated enough to kind of do that. You can say, yeah, you have that background, so you could gauge that, but that makes you oversensitive to it.
Well, no, that it's not so much oversensitive. It's where I go to a quest and it's completely broken, and everyone else around me, it's completely broken.
Yeah, no, I had that same experience, but my reaction to it is different from yours. Quite different. You know what I mean? Because if you're insider, you go, oh, that's sloppy. You wouldn't. For your standards as a programming guy, with a background, you would say, oh, I don't like that fact. But me as a gamer type guy, I used to play like fucking Spectrum or ZX 80 games, and try and get them load from a dodgy cassette, and it took us hours, things like that. I mean, I have a different perspective about things working and not working, maybe from that point of view.
Well, no, I've had this similar background. The thing is what I'm trying to put across was, there's certain games, when you release them, if they're buggy, we'll just patch it. It's one of those things of, you got people, that's what they do all the time, and we shouldn't worry. No, we should worry about it, because we are their customers. We pay for this. They should actually treat us as customers and not as just, oh, you're privileged to play this. No, I've paid to play this, and it's broken. So it's one of those things of, fix it or refund me. Don't treat me like I'm some sort of, how there are a few studios out there. As a cash cow, or as I'm a burden because all of a sudden I'm complaining because you've put out your game and it's broken. I'm sorry, but any other industry wouldn't survive like that. And that's one of the things that the gaming... any other industry, if you've released something that was broken and didn't work, and...
Yeah, but, okay, what about something that worked, like, to 90% of its intended function? Like,
name another industry you could get away with that. No, no, no. Name another industry. Auto industry? Oh, I've gone out and I bought this car. No, 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 no. You can't.
No, if a car doesn't function, it could risk someone's life. It has to function in very, very specific ways, and if it doesn't, then it is a danger. Whereas
what I'm trying to get across to you is, see, you have the car that is, you're saying, well, it functions 90%. So the core of the car function. It gets you to A to B. It's safe and things like that.
People drive those kind of cars, I guess.
But it's missing some of those features you paid for and were told were part of the car, but then later on said, oh, we're not releasing that to that car yet. Would you be pissed off? Would you allow them, or would you say, I want my money back?
I don't think you
any other industry you look at cannot get away with what the software industry does.
No, you say any other. All right, you say any other industry, right? Let me give you an example. My dad was an engineer who built like large quarry equipment, right? And he was a specialist in many ways, but those machines are huge, okay? And any company that buys the machines pretty much has to agree to a service contract with the guys who make it, you know, which was my dad's company, right? Because he constantly had to keep going back to do like certain kinds of maintenance, but not only that, repair, you know, a huge amount of repair work. Now, you could argue that was his machines not working to their exact proper kind of purpose, but the point is, it was almost impossible to get these machines to work exact purpose like that. You know, no machine of that complexity ever could work in the way that it was exactly intended. That's why they constantly had to go in, adjust it, do this, do that. It wasn't an easy thing to do. You need specialists to do it. That's the same thing with this game. They're selling the game out, but they're offering the support and the backing, right, to fix those things when they come up to the best of their ability, which they can't always do. You can't always say why they can't do it, you know, and that happens. It's just a fact of life. So I think maybe we can tend to be a little bit too demanding on things.
Not really. It is one of those things of, is you're saying, oh, if you buy a machine from us, you have to have a service contract. That is understandable. Well, if your machine breaks, which if the complexity, yeah, you won't be able to fix it. That is understandable because that's part of that industry, and it's sold as a package. And when they take the machine from point A, they will use it until a certain point of it breaks down. But it is doing its job. Where in the software industry will release code that at times just blatantly doesn't work. They know it won't work, but they don't give a damn. They want the money to come in anyways. Case in point, Batman on the PC. They knew it was broken. They released it anyways. They were promised to fix the PC on the patch in October. You know what? It hasn't fixed a single thing. All it did was put flags in for DLC. What the hell have they been doing for 4 months? That's the type of things that I'm talking about. And this is things that happen. And at least the few times when it's blatant, like what Warner Brothers did, they got called out on it. Some of these smaller guys were doing this stuff and ripping people off. And it wasn't until Steam was forced by the EU courts, and it took them almost 3 years to actually comply with the ruling against them to finally allow refunds on Steam.
Yeah, I think that was part of a bigger, wider thing as well. That might be the straw that broke the back, didn't it? I mean, because it was something Steam were going to be looking into, wasn't it?
Well, no, Steam fought it the entire way.
Wow,
it went. Valve fought it. They fought
the
it.
Only player like that who does that, you know, who basically say, you know, at any time you've got the game, you can refund it back to us. I mean, that's pretty cool. You know, many people.
No, it's you have 2 hours game time if you've installed that game. If you haven't, you can get a refund. But if you've installed it, it's 2 hours worth of gameplay. Once it's past 2 hours, you can't get refunded. Unlike GOG, if you have a problem with the game, they'll refund you. If they say, okay, you know, hold on, before we refund you, let us see if we can get it working on your system. If they can't get it working on your system at all, they'll refund you. No questions asked. EA's Origin will refund any up to 30 days. Will refund anything from their store, from their programming background if it's from their studios. It's not all studios yet. Both GOG and Origin have a far better refund system than Steam.
I don't use Steam anyway.
I'm slowly moving away from Steam because their sales suck anymore comparative to, like, say, a GOG. You still have a major problem with the platform of, if you go offline and you didn't put it in offline mode, a lot of times you can't even run your games. Whereas GOG, there's no.
I've never been a fan of the whole sort of background philosophy there that, you know, to play your Steam game you have to be logged into the game. And like, I remember with Skyrim as well, it was like, even if you bought the physical copy, you still had to sort of update through Steam and stuff. I mean, you know, I know there was a way around it, but it was a bit of a pain for a while. A lot of people got pissed off with that.
Oh yeah, that's why I've switched to start buying more and more games through, like, GOG.
Ooh, Ship's Graveyard in the north.
Ooh.
Liking this. A lot of polar bears and shit.
This land.
Oh, they've got like these little kind of pelicans. The frozen fleet.
Killing lots of that shit.
Oh yeah, we've got ice wings.
We were on our way to Orsinium.
I was always a bit scared of the northern kind of icy areas in Skyrim. You know, with the
First
islands.
things I did was properly explored, found an Elder Scroll.
There's a mystery and a mystery. My partners, my friends, they are gone. I fear they went over the cliff, along with
The landscape
most of
just
the books
suddenly
we brought
changed.
from Daggerfall.
That whole conversation
Please
before I
find
was
them.
running through the
Please
countryside
hurry and find my
and I
friends.
wasn't really looking,
I
and
fear
then
that
all
none
of a
of us will
sudden,
survive
Why
long
not
on our
take
own
shots?
in this forsaken wilderness.
Oh, there's nasty things
Partnership
here.
formed back in Daggerfall.
Reekers, what the hell are
Jallow.
reekers?
Go have fun, kill him.
Successful bookseller.
Bye.
Jallow is perhaps the most cunning of us. when it
They're a bit
comes to
like
business.
Reeklings, but they're
She
sort
has a
of
way with
somewhere
figures
slightly
and
above them.
calculations that makes even the most
evolutionary chain.
miserly coin counter jealous.
Remember Reeklings on
And
Solstein?
Lord, Jallow is my life and my love.
These are
We plan to marry
the
in
Western
the spring.
equivalent.
Travofia has purple ink flowing through her blood. Her
Like
father
that.
and her father's father sold tomes and manuscripts, and she was educated working in their shop back in Sentinel. She and Jallow are like
Big
sisters,
Parmesan
and I
pork.
trust her completely.
Oh,
Oh yes, rare books, popular books, even a few ancient scrolls.
he's
were
calling
recovered.
for his mates.
And
Oh,
the
shit.
connections
Excuse
of
me.
the Daggerfall Covenant. Special orders pose no problem.
That was an ambush.
With our Orsinium merchant's permit, we
Bitch as
plan to
well, what
open
is
a
that?
shop in the city.
He did, didn't he?
Who knew
I
orcs
kicked his
could be
arse
so
for that.
bureaucratic? Nothing happens in the new city without the proper forms and licenses. After
Sir.
months of negotiation,
Trying
we
to heal
finally
his
received the
essence.
permit that allows us to open our shop in Orsinium. It's Jallaray's dream
Oh.
come true.
The door here. One of the ships.
Let's see what happened.
I'm in already. Hesitate. No point. Red ship. Dog. Tell me who are around. There's another ship.
Keep your head down and your voice low. We don't want to attract any attention. Across the water.
Harpies. You see them? They came out of the sky. The feathered monsters. They snatched poor Jallaray. I think they carried her up into those rocks. I'd go after them, but what can I do against luck and clear roads? I thought Normadine died in the crash or was taken by those feathered monsters. Please, if you can cross the river. Jallaray carried the merchant's permit, which allows us to establish our bookshop in Orsinium. Without those documents, everything we worked so long on
Okay. Let's kill some harpies.
I'm killing a lot of these reeks, wherever they are. I'm not entirely convinced they deserved it, but they did kind of instantly attack me as soon as I got anywhere near them, so...
Of course they instantly deserved it.
Aye. This is rather like that scene in,
Star Wars.
yeah, Revenge of the Sith. Who goes within and kills the little ones. It's a ruthless...
Teleporting back to you now. How that we do? Sounds like this new guy.
I don't know. He might be somewhere nearby.
Just pick me a rock though.
Pride of North Point. What the fuck is this?
Oh, madness. I was playing around, and I picked up Rune Focus also, and that stacks with my Radiant Ward and Bone Shield, so if I ever have to stand in one spot to take a huge amount of tapping, I can then use Rune Focus and take pump my physical resistance and spell resistance by 5200. That stacks with my runes.
Yeah, well, picky. Bottom. Rune Focus. Rune Focus.
I figure it would be very interesting to do with certain PvP dungeons and missions and things.
That boss is you need to stand there and get what's in place. What's Rune Focus? Still don't know.
Magic
Rune Focus, create a runes of celestial protection to gain major resolve and major ward, increasing your physical resistance and spell.
From?
It's under restoring light.
Oh, it's a template then. Okay.
You basically cast it on the ground. As long as I'm standing in there, I get physical resistance and spell resistance buffed up by 5200. And it lasts for like 8 seconds, so it stacks with my runes also.
Like Pikey Owl hidden. Play your bloody whore.
Range point. Jeez, I'm getting points like crazy here, bro. Running around killing mobs. Very taxing. Oh, look at the cute cereals. Oh, the wall of a turn. Yeah, I'm over on some spot. I haven't quite made Farron's stronghold, which I was sort of heading for, I guess. It's way over that way, over to the east. If you can see the mountain over there, I suppose. Oh, there he is. You brought someone with you.
Penguin.
Oh, he's a wee guy. A wee man. Straight over. dog's trying to find a way.
Oops, I went the wrong way.
Kill the seals. Stop clubbing seals. Oh,
We're
now you can really
yeah,
go
I know,
seal
I know.
clubbing.
I'm aware of this. Yeah.
Oh man. At some point I'll have to make a video of that, and there'll be a lot of angry people around.
Do you think we would get up to that platform up there before we get over to the thing up above? I think that's the way you get there. There must be, sure.
Get up on the left. It's quite possible.
Farron Stronghold was coming up.
You returned. Travafia and I started toward Orsinium, but we hoped you'd find us on the road. Were you successful? Have you changed our ill fate to good fortune?
It's an office.
My heart plummets at the news you bring, and all the light departs from my sky. I will take the Orsinium permit of trade, though. I do not know if I can do this without my Jalere, but I won't let her dream die too. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, what kind of...
Where the hell is this inn I'm supposed to go to? Aha, there it is.
3 inns of the main tank. Was in one before. It's huge.
I think... No, you don't get up onto that rock anymore. I think that's the final destination. If you headed up to the left, you found the way through.
Was fine picking flowers.
So much crap to sell and try to make food. I need more recipes.
Right. Bad, baby. Bad. Yeah, I believe there's a sort of way up to that area.
Doesn't mean you can find a door in road because I've still got the walls, but I've gone up left. So, alright,
No, there's nothing that way. I think it is the way that I was suggesting.
it's that big bridge.
But no, around the back.
You walked into the crypt of Morium and survived?
I don't believe it.
Oh no! Oh, 3% health there.
Hello.
Orcs are a bunch of friendly people.
Ah, there's a bridge over there. That'll be the main entrance, but we could bypass up here. Nice, this is the background. Whoa, it's full of nasties. Kick arse. Boshrak Penitent. What the hell are they? That was great how they all just dropped in at the same time. Okay, so we got someone here. Archivist Morboga. Guess he wants to do something.
That's in my quest. Well, I suppose I'll get rid of the quest, that's not a problem.
We need to sell some crap.
No, we're full from other random quests. Let's get some
before I head in there.
Alright, well, I'll do that as well then, because I'll want to
Yeah. Well, I can listen to the story at the same time.
Absolutely.
What the fuck is going on here?
It's interesting looking at all. The facial graphics are very good. Cranked up.
Yeah, you probably look much better.
I will say they've done an excellent job with the graphics and things like that with this game.
Like, assets are really nice in Orsinium. Everything's new. Yeah, the orc, that orc looks fantastic. Like facial animations.
And the voice acting is not bad at all.
Again, what do you want?
I mean, basically everyone voice acting. Not enough variety, it's interesting.
Arg! I need more meat dishes. Okay. And probably upstairs. Let's talk to...
It's a good day, friend. I've got gold in my pocket and a full mug in my hand.
Watch my animations, by the way. I'm just showing.
That's the type of bartender we like to see.
Ooh, you're just been dead.
He goes, "It's a good day, friend. I've got gold in my pocket and a full mug in my hand." You can't complain about that. That's a good day.
I don't see how that's any of your business.
I understand where he's coming from.
If you're thinking of trying to rob me, well, think again. I need this gold for my daughter. Now leave me be, or I'll hit you with my mug. Oh, why didn't you just say so? Being all mysterious and scaring a person half to death? So, why are you looking for Gulag? By Zenimax deformed toe, if this gold is illegal...
First thing tomorrow, I'll back to that.
Shiloh needs her potions. Alright, let's try this. If you forget all about what we were discussing, then I might have information that will help you. Agree? You never heard this from me, but Gulag left out
An incentive to try and go to bed a bit early.
Yeah, it will do.
Ones who showed up recently. And if nothing else, you should be able to
Set up to cancel.
He wears
Yeah, well,
some
we're
kind
going
of
to
fancy
whatever
fragrance
it
that says it keeps
so
the
we
spirits
won't
docile.
Yeah, so
The sheet sold it to him. You ask me, it's
Oh,
not
why
like
isn't
a
that
dead
on
horse
holiday?
left out too long in the sun. Follow that scent and it'll lead you right to him.
I love that. Oh man, if this gold's illegal, son of a... Alright, look, I'll tell you if you just forget we had this conversation. What conversation? Exactly.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm liking how they've written some of these things. It's exactly how a lot of stuff would play out in role-playing if you're playing with pen and paper and things like that. It's fun.
Well, are you ready? I am. You're using a masterite staff.
Oh, I am, yeah. I've got another master staff in my other bucket.
Which one?
That one.
Master Fire.
Yeah, and I got no one on me.
You've got the lightning as well.
Yeah, just for shits and giggles. There you go. I've got this add-on on that makes me animate when I'm not doing anything. That's like random emotes.
All about it. I didn't really notice it.
It's not doing much now, it was doing loads like earlier. Had me yawn, man, that's about it.
Oh, that's actually quite cool. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Ah, I might get that. That's actually quite cool.
Idle animations.
Right.
You can set it up to do the ones you want. I've just got like a pre-made one on it, preloads.
Oh really? So you can actually choose from the ones you do, like a
Yeah,
repertoire.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Holy crap, this place is huge.
Yeah, we're in one area that's in the north there, but it's one whole massive, like sort of island in its own way, or peninsula, you could say. We're about to enter it. We're at the southern part of it. There's a massive castle in front of us. We're about to explore. You're welcome to join us if you can get here.
I don't even know what that emote is I'm doing right now.
I need to try to finish this couple quests here.
No problem.
But thank you for the invite.
No, of course. You're doing standing to attention or something, I think we call that. Each faction also has its own salute, I believe.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, but yeah, every time I Google the emote list, it's got like twice as long.
Oh yeah, there's loads more. Now that's strange. How did you do that ring of fire around them?
So, does it look a bit like this?
No, it didn't look anything like that.
It does, she just did it.
Pretty strange behavior. I don't know what it was, but there we go. I'm a specialist. I don't need. In many ways, I don't even benefit from having, say, a Master Inferno staff wouldn't make much difference.
I'm just fucking about. Got VR 14 gear on, haven't I?
Yeah.
My new gear, I want to get to VR 16.
Yeah.
But hopefully that'll be multi-purpose with my night blades.
Yeah.
Me DPS so other people can tank, and then I'll worry about having a more DPS-y tank set.
Yeah.
Especially on trials and things, it'd be nice if other people could do it.
Let's go sell that stuff.
I agree. Well, we have more tanks than now, I believe.
Absolutely, so I don't want to sort of then make sure they're never tanking. Would be rubbish.
If you say you're a tank, then you like tanking, so you should be tanking for the guild, you know, at the end of the day.
That's the way I look at things.
Got that. Let's see.
Take care of the balance.
Coming with my war pig.
Ah. Or you can join this. This is a good way up. It's the side entrance. What is this? Going up the ramparts.
Sell to her.
One will take us very close to one of our boats. Oh, you son of a bitch. He uppercut me.
Sort of playing my skills as well, so.
Let's save that because I think I need to blow that up. Get rid of that. Alright, that's better.
They loot me the place.
These bastards. Oh, some apples, my pig can eat.
There's a book.
Yeah, I see.
Oh wow, there's a giant green cloud I can follow.
Ah, we have a cellar.
This looks like a way forward, all. Just come down here into the cellar with the ominous looking vampire. Be fine. It really is a cellar.
Yeah, it literally is a cellar. There's nothing in it. That is just so cool that there's nothing in it. I like that. The fact that it exists, you know.
A big size as well.
It was a real cellar.
Yeah.
Happy.
Hope you still had something in it, that'd be crazy.
We are merchants, yes. From a faraway land. We bring strange and exotic goods.
Someone just went flying up into the air.
Yeah, it was him. One of them did it before. What a
Where
dick.
the one we do business with goes, we
So he's
do not
dead now.
know. But when he left us, he headed east
Oh,
to the
got
residential
a
district.
recipe
Of course,
forward.
all the districts of this city look the same to this one.
Would be actually.
Curious, are you? Our business is quite legal, rest assured. Not
Hey,
all
that's
Khajiit
something that's worth to be
practice
fine.
illicit trades. No matter
There he
what
goes again.
Yeah, it's a
We
special
sell
set.
elixirs
I've not.
of
Right, we'll try and watch one go
cures
up in
for
the air at some
illnesses,
stage.
headache remedies,
That is
those sorts of
brilliant.
things.
I love that.
That is a word, yes.
Brilliant.
The
Looks
best
like a
for
dragon
the
leap.
best price. You won't
The
find a
orc.
lower price in the city, once we're actually open. But
Well,
if
they've
it's
got that
good,
like swift attack, haven't they? So it sort of
the
makes sense.
smell is quite prominent and it lingers
I
like
must admit,
unwanted
he's dead.
house guests.
More cloud. I might actually have to turn out a couple settings while I'm in the city. My frames have dropped like a rock.
Yeah, that's small, yeah, people and they ping you and anything.
We'll come back and do that. Let's go find Smelly Boy.
XP grinding to a degree as well. It's probably one half to big months.
No, it's fine. You go that way, I'll go this way. I think you get the quest anyway, don't you? Are you getting it along?
The way was, oh, it depends, you gotta go inside. Go inside this one, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Oh, there he
Let's
goes.
see.
You can't see him in the air though, it just looks up here.
Oh, right. So you just
I
disappeared.
couldn't, maybe I missed him, but I just, yeah, he disappeared. I followed him up a bit.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes open. The daggers like sneak attacks.
Nothing in here at all. Bloody rats.
I just picked up a blood vein, I don't know if you got another one.
No, it didn't count for me. So.
About as long as we get forward, doesn't really say whose way are. Specifically.
The king invited any stronghold
Let me add once we go
abandon their
I think we might have to be in
take up
some
residence
proximity
in
for
his
it to
new
work
city.
for both of us.
Yeah, you've got to go into a building to get them.
Never
at
look
least
back.
one. It's just down this
I mean, I've already gotten a couple myself. You know,
Okay, yeah, so say you only need 4.
Arutha and I have opened
got
our home and
four
our
yet?
lawn
No,
to
I need
any
one
orc
more.
women who need a safe haven.
Alright, I'll be in the
We know
building I was in
firsthand
probably,
how
then I'll
difficult
swap
life
in.
can be for
I'm
a
coming
strong
round.
woman.
Alright, where are you, smelly bastard?
Who might you
It didn't work for you
Go
the same
find
time.
another
Hello there.
path.
Nope.
I hired this one for the entire day. What's this about? If you aren't here to use the baths, it must be about my tonics. Well, I can assure you, my tonics
Guy's
are
got
guaranteed
black
to cure
eyes.
whatever ails you.
Basically, no eyes.
This takes time and multiple applications.
Something wrong there.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm a loyal
No,
subject.
he's
of
got a
my king.
mask on.
I don't have anything to
Oh,
do with
this
any
guy.
damn
Yeah, I'm
Winterborn.
trying to this guy now. His voice just appeared.
No, I could explain. The people of this city, I made a deal for them. Gold from the Winterborn.
I've just
allows
rocked in
me to
here. Some
produce
crazy
narcotics
orcs
at a
told me to kill
fraction
some
of
other
the
orcs, and that's what I'm doing.
doing
And I'm
this for
doing
the
a blood ritual. Great.
The outlying clans, they're enemies of this city.
Tamriels.
You end up doing their
Their
rituals.
chiefs
Tamriels
refuse to
such a
accept the
strange
king's
place. I've got
rule.
used to it.
They'd rather stay
I'm a
stuck
vampire
in
as
their
well, so
old
I am
ways
suited to these sort of things.
Meanwhile, the poor of this city can't afford medicine. I'm saving lives.
It's a bit like wandering into a church and then the priest asking you to hold the ceremony because you're a stranger around here and for some reason that's more
Before you
appropriate.
outsiders started arriving, you have no right to judge me. Fine. What's the use? See what happens when you just try to help? The supplies were sent to Frostbreak Fortress. That's where the Winterborn warlord, Yorfan Icehart, plans to regroup his forces. I'm sure he's guarding the supplies personally.
No idea what he wants. Go kill some people.
You know what? Gulag, he's stupid, but I think his actual heart was in the right place. He was loyal to the king, and he didn't like the outlining clans refusing his rules, so he thought he was doing the right thing. He's an idiot, but
Good to meet like-minded individuals. You have my thanks. The poor of this city can take comfort in knowing they can afford the tonics they need. I'll find a way to repay you. Don't you worry about that.
$100,000 XP.
did you just say 100,000 XP?
Yeah.
Handing that in.
What brings you?
Ah, there was a book in the feast hall.
I'll just come in behind you, yeah. This isn't where I want to go.
I thought something to do here. I think so. For some reason. No, hang on. No, I've got a find Malakath's shrine in the keep.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was an air, that's why I came in.
I'm not sure the best way out. Let's have a look at the map. Really, I think it is up to the west.
There's a path, wasn't it?
Okay, one sec.
I think just up here. No, surely not. No. Oh yeah, it's up the way.
Fuck with me. I'm in a mood to murder orcs. Fucking eat some orc.
Orc murdering mood.
Much better.
Once again, welcome to
We're
Orsinium.
in my orc
I
murdering
look
boots
forward to
today.
working with you on this grand endeavor.
Oh, there's
Guys,
all of them.
hang on, don't do that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's right, next
Another
one.
traveller arrives in
Yeah,
our
get some
grand
food down
city.
there.
Welcome,
Oh,
welcome.
Right, I think you'll be alright.
Are you one of the chosen? Do you bear the letter from the Forge Mother?
Let's see.
Nick, your food down there.
Get him there.
Shelves?
Like,
What I'll do is Invitation to Orsum Part 2, because we've gone on for an hour now. Sorry about my rant a little bit earlier, but it's passionate about gaming, it happens. I'll start Part 2 in just a second to get this thing rolling.
I know. I'm just looking at
Basically, that's the first hour
money here.
boss
in
spawned in.
Orsinium.
Oh, really? Oh, fucking
As I keep saying, really liking the DLC, the expansion. I think they've really
Hey, maybe
put things together that are absolutely superb.
mini.
So with that statement, my minions, if you guys and gals like what you see, please subscribe.
Yeah, but there's a couple
Put
of,
me
like,
on your favorites.
Mob, yeah, not person.
If you got comments, think I'm wrong on certain things, think I should be doing something different, comment below. And until next time, keep on gaming, my minions.